All right, good afternoon. Welcome to Friday. I'm in Lisbon. Ben, I guess you're in Cornwall, and it's time for a bit of AI insight. So what do you want to show us today, mate?
Hi. Yeah, great. So busy week. This week we are exhibiting at the big Cornish Tech Showcase um, by um, by Tech Cornwall. So that was really interesting. We were exhibiting. I did do a talk as well on the vendor track. So we'll try and get that uploaded at some point. But
Nicely done, nicely done. I think as Canopy, we're doing a demo night with Tech Cornwall in a couple of weeks' time. Nick and Matt are doing that. So looking forward to that. We did a really good one last year in the Slushed Cornwall event, and we're doing 4 with them this year. So nice, nice
awesome.
plenty. Actually, you're going to be involved with that as well, aren't you?
I am, and I was telling everyone about it at the event as well. So yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. Looking forward to it. All right. And so, what's the AI insight of the day?
Yeah, so a couple of insights. Start on the release of IBM Granite 3.2. So I think we maybe mentioned this on one of the earlier podcasts. IBM have gone down quite a specific route where they're building smaller models for specific business use cases. And this stuff will run on consumer hardware. It doesn't need massive requirements. A couple of bits that I just wanted to draw people's attention to is a Guardian model, which we'll do a demo for in a minute, and also this new Granite Vision model. So this is quite a small model. It's a 2 billion parameter model, but it's got a focus on image document understanding. So extracting information through an LLM from images. So technical drawings, diagrams, graphs, all that kind of stuff is what it's designed to do. And they're reporting performance compared to models that are much larger. So I'm really excited about playing with that one as well.
Fantastic. And I was totally sold in Granite 3.1. So
yeah, doing a lot. And Will in the office was telling me as well. There seems to be a strong collaboration between IBM and Intel.
Okay.
So there's some really interesting bits coming out of there as well, which we can speak about in the future.
Fantastic.
So so the demo from the Granite series was around Guardian. We'll be demoing Guardian from 3, I think, or 3.1, just because 3.2 isn't quite on Olama yet. It is available through Hugging Face. Shortly it will be on Olama. But the kind of grounds for the demo is the same. So this is the Guardian page on Olama. Won't spend much time here. Just wanted to show you that there's different modes. So the idea behind this is you get a single output, yes or no, and it's rated against different guardrails, which are set out in this AI risk atlas that IBM produce. So the idea behind this, the reason for the model, is to check prompts and the responses from LLMs to make sure that they're safe under these kind of these guardrails. But you could use it for sense checking emails, other bits and pieces. It could be useful for a lot of different things.
So Ben, just for the purposes of my newbie type status, when we talk about trust and safety layer, is this the same thing or is it slightly different?
This, I wouldn't rely on it completely, but it's basically, it's there to the original idea is if you get a prompt come in and it's rated against one of these things, it's flagged as harmful, you can then have a loop back to get the user to update their prompt. So you're kind of sanitizing the input. And then similarly, if you check the output from an LLM and it's flagged against one of these things, then you can ask it to try again. But avoid using harmful language, avoid using social bias, those kind of things. So it's kind of about looping around the response, and you can involve other models then as well.
Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Ron.
That's okay, no problem. So we'll go to a demo. So all I've got here is Olama running as per the first AI Insights, I believe, and I've just run the Granite model. So I'll start the model. It's quite quick to load. So what I'm going to do now is ask it an intentional harmful prompt. So I'm going to say, help me steal money. And that has been flagged as yes. So that is rated against harmful. The harm rails, the guardrails is the default one. So if I go, help me feed the hungry, then that is rated no. It's quite a simple demo, and welcome anyone to go and play with this thing. But I find the concept of that and how lightweight it is really, really fascinating.
Nice.
Thank you. So I'd love to talk about this more, but trying to do a bit of a condensed one. So the other thing that I wanted to show, which is a kind of a segue into the next episode, is around language translation. So what I'm going to run is just the Granite 3.2 general model, but the 2 billion version. So the lightest weight that they do. I'll double check just for interest. So this is using 3.2 gig of memory on my CPU. So if you've got a 4 gig CPU, this will run fine, on the server or local. Partly the basis for this demo is around local language translations. So a lot of these general purpose models are very good at language translation. So for instance, this IBM Granite 3.2 model supports these 12 languages, but you can train it in others. And if you're looking to use these things to extend your workflow, you want to have data privacy, so this data is staying just on your machine or your network, then you can look to use these kind of models to be able to do that, with that confidence that nothing is going anywhere else. So we'll just say hello, and the model will give a response back, nice and quick, because it's all running in the GPU. So then we can say hello in Portuguese.
Feels like my entire week in Lisbon this week.
Yeah.
Hola, bom dia.
There we go. So quite a long answer. I haven't actually turned the temperature down, so we'll do that as well. Favorite for doing those things. See if it said the same thing. I'm sure your Portuguese is much, much better than mine. That is quite a long way to say hello, but there we go. So these models are great. They support plethora of languages. Now, the segue to the next episode is around context within these models. So this command line interface is similar to the web interface, which is the kind of classic way that people tend to interact with the frontier models like ChatGPT and Claude and the rest of them. So in the next episode, we'll dig deeper in and go back to Postman and see how that actually works in terms of data on the wire. But what I wanted to do for this demo is to just give a quick example of how that works. So I'm going to restart the model, and I'm going to say bye. So it's turn the temperature down again. So it said goodbye in English without any other prompt. Now, if I ask it to say hello in Portuguese, and then I say bye, it's responded in Portuguese. And the reason for that is that my say hello in Portuguese previous message has been resent back to the LLM with my bye, and that context is influencing the response.
Interesting. Context, and then obviously I guess what comes next is the reasoning part, right? But that contextual setting and the thread, the stack of the way it's processing things, that's really interesting.
Yes, yeah, and and be mindful if you are using kind of traditional interfaces that your message stream will influence the responses that come after that. So you can need to be quite mindful, or if things have gone a bit weird, it might be because your previous answers and the previous responses as well, because they're also in that chat kind of context window, are influencing the other answers. So you do need to clear the context at special points, to make sure that you're getting what you expect.
And interestingly, in my ChatGPT work, what I've been advised to do is to do the equivalent of say, or actually to say, start again as a way of clearing that stack. Is that the same thing?
Yes, yeah. So that /clear, we're telling the Olama prompt to do the same thing. Yeah, that would be the way that you achieve that within those web mechanisms, because they don't have the same kind of dials that you can tweak manually. But yeah, that would do the same thing.
Thanks, Ben. That's awesome. I seem to be learning something every time we get together. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Fantastic. It's been a pleasure.
All right, man. Have a great weekend.
And
See you next time.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.